What's going on, guys? Linus here. Welcome to Dawn of Andromeda. It is a sort of new 4X game in that it wasn't early access. It was just released. This game wasn't even on my radar and I suddenly saw it and I figured I wanted to give it a go. So basically, I'm going to be starting a game and depending on how much you guys and I like it, we might do more of this. So we're starting a new game. For those that don't know what 4X is, I'd say Google it because I cannot remember all 4 X's. It's explore, expend, exterminate, do something else with an X, I don't know. But it's like a strategy game. It's very, very similar to games like Stellaris, and it actually reminds me a little bit of Civilization as well in some ways. So I'm going to choose an era. So there's a couple of sort of scenarios that you can choose from, ranging from huge galaxies to small ones, and apparently any number of players between 2 and 7, or 8, in fact. So you can also start a custom game and just set that up in the way that you like it, but I don't really know enough about the game to set up a good game, so I'm just going to choose an era and start with To the Stars and Beyond. The deep space race has begun. The bureaucratic Terrans and the industrious Scython, I don't know, have at least gained access to the stars and both now seek, both now seek new worlds to colonize. It remains to be seen whether they can trust each other and whether they are at all prepared for what else might await them in Andromeda. So choose, and you get to choose between the two different factions, I guess. They both have very different traits. Now they both start off with a single colony and very low development, and the victory condition is to survive for 2 years, and that is it. Like, you don't have to beat the other person, you just gotta survive, and you're good. Which will probably not take you too long, I think, to survive. Like, this scenario could possibly be cleared in about an hour and a half, and you would be good. So the humans are great negotiators. Chance of another empire accepting a diplomatic proposal is increased. Militaristic, so their prosperity is not affected if there are a war, but their relations with pacifist empires are slightly lowered. They're also unstable, so their prosperity is already slightly lower. They are, however, a loyal ally, so their relations with allies are improved by 5, and then they're diverse, so the chance of rebel factions popping up are actually lower. Now the Scythons are, they have lower HP for their ships. However, their industry infrastructure is built faster. They're religious, so they like other religious people. They have higher prosperity, and they are charismatic. So there's some downsides to both of these, considering you're only playing with one other real sort of, you know, faction. Stuff like penalties don't really matter, but prosperity is bad. Having better relations, not necessarily a good thing. So it's like kind of a mixed bag in both these cases. I'm actually going to go with the Scython Collective, though, because they're aliens, and that looks cool. So we're going to choose them. Let's get started and see what we end up with. Now, I've played through the tutorial and a good chunk of the first scenario, so I've kind of familiarized myself with the game. I'll just explain some stuff as we go. The silver-tongued Scython are not unaware of humanity's history of conquest. For now, they're willing to cooperate with the Terrans as the two races map the stars, but in secret, they've already begun preparing for the worst. Okay, so this is the tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and actually skip it, because I already know how stuff works. And we're going to start off with one research project. So it actually, like I said, it reminds me a lot of Civilization. You got 3 different technology trees. There's military, economy, and science. And they all have different lengths that they take to complete this stuff, so this is all very long. Raise the maximum level of social infrastructure in your colonies, charismatic leaders, sustainable solar cities. Anything that will... Right, so farming infrastructure is good because that helps you grow your colonies. Let's start with nano farms. Research that. So it'll take 2 months and 1 week. And that's all you need to know. So this is our little system called Sith. And our planet's called Sith 1. And this is the galaxy that we're playing in. So humanity is somewhere out here. When I was playing earlier, humanity was around here, I believe. I think there. Somewhere around here, either way, like other side of the galaxy. No worries. We also start off with a single scout. Right. Game was unpaused. Oh boy. We got a scout that we can send to actually scout. So all we really know is this one system. And what we want to do is figure out where other people are and see if we can find planets that are habitable by our species. So we like oceanic planets, apparently. And this is the planet overview. So you can see we don't have a governor. Our population is at max already. Our approval is about 60%, which is fine. You just don't want it to go too low, or people will be very upset with you. Our income is 23 credits every week, I believe. And our expenses are 0 currently. So that's pretty good. Our defenses are completely, you know, up as far as they need to be. And basically what that means is that when this reaches 0, an attacker will take our colony or planet. Productivity is at 1.1, which is good. It defines how fast units are built and how fast infrastructure is developed. So you want this nice and high. We got a lot of food, which is what we need to increase our population, even though it's already at the maximum capacity. We have a strategic resource on this planet, which is myriad gas, which speeds up all ships belonging to us by 10%, so definitely not bad. And we got 0 research currently, and our limit is 5, so we can research 5 different technologies. We also have great landscapes, so our profit from tourism is tripled, which is why we're making 6 credits off of that instead of 2. So that's sort of that overview. Now we do want to actually appoint a governor, because those can actually give you some nice bonuses. So this one is a fast learner. He learns faster, more experience. He's difficult, however, so he will decrease the happiness of all council members if he is one. And he's a pacifist. He doesn't like war, and if we are at war, there's a penalty to happiness there. This one's loyal, so he will not quit on us, but he's unpopular, so approval will go down, which is kind of bad. This one's a born leader, meaning that the happiness of other council members will be higher. Temperamental, however, not following his advice has an impact twice as big on his happiness. So there are events where they'll actually give you their advice. If you don't follow up, this one will be very upset. They're also fanatical. Penalty on his happiness caused by the Empire having a different government type is doubled, but bonus if same government is also doubled. So interesting. So basically we're choosing from the positive ones. Happiness, loyalty, or fast learner. I feel like a fast learner might be nice, so I'm going to go with the pacifist guy. Let's do it. We're not actually planning on going to war soon anyway. And he likes a colony, but he's happy right now, so things are looking good. Now this is what we can spend our money on, right? We got 2 different battleships. Then we got a dreadnought, which is a lot tougher, but also more expensive to buy. And also in upkeep, it's twice as expensive, so it might be a better idea to get 2 of the cheap ships, but that's up for debate. You got mining ships, but we have no reason to make these because we have no mineable resources yet. A freighter, which is basically a trade ship, but we cannot get any trade routes because we haven't met anyone. A colony ship, but again, we haven't found a planet to colonize, so no reason to grab this. Survey ship, which can survey specific nodes and stuff like that, but we haven't found any, so no reason to make this. We could make another scout, but I don't think that's really necessary. Then there's a defense station, which we could make. Quite expensive, but it will give you a really nice defensive boost to your planet. So what we'll do for now is we'll just get 1 military ship. It'll take probably about a week to be created. Then there's the next little window. It looks like it's a bit much, but it really isn't. There's 6 different categories where you can increase infrastructure. You can invest up to 5 of these little points. You'll pay 2 credits for each of these, so basically, yeah, it can get pretty expensive. The only things that are lacking would be our research, military, social, and then housing could be slightly higher. So we want our housing to go up because we're already at our maximum capacity of our people. And what I would like is to work on our research a bit. And we'll see this go up, and I'll show it in a bit. And then we can also see that we've got food here, and we got more gas, like you saw over there. And you can actually trade this with other civilizations, or I guess factions, which if they have a freighter, they can send it to you. You can sell this stuff to them and make a chunk of cash. So we'll actually put this up for export, and if someone will buy it, that would be nice. So that's basically this whole screen. So, you know, a higher population limit, more food, so you grow more people, but it's already at max. Higher approval, more tourism, that's social. Industry will increase your productivity, which means, you know, you build stuff faster. Research, it gives you more research production, meaning that you'll get more, you'll get your technology quicker. And then military, which increases the HP of your stations that you build and your max defense. So pretty good stuff all around. Now I'm investing 3 of these points. We got 2 remaining, meaning that we only pay 6 credits a week instead of 10. Looks good to me. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. So our scout's already on his way to the next system. He moves through these little, what are they called? Waypoints, I guess. And then if I pause, we'll actually see him move. This is the standard speed. And you can actually zoom in all the way. And just watch that little ship go. There you go, little ship. See, look at that. And you can just kind of watch him go, which is really cool. Cool stuff right there. We also have our Emperor log. It is our mission as a superior race to impose our will in the galaxy. Survive for 2 years. That is our path to victory. That's the one thing we need to do. So we already looked at the technology screen. There's still the overview or government stuff where you can see your military power, your home planet, your government type, your prosperity, which is, you know, important to have that nice and high. Your research influence, which is sort of like a social point that you can give to people, or you can also lose it through events. But you can basically give this to people in return for a nice, you know, favor or something like that. Then there's your finances, where you can see your trade routes. We don't have any. You can see exactly what you're spending money on, what you're making money with, and then also you can mess around with taxes. So we could actually have insane taxes, or we could have no taxes, which will make people like us, but we're gonna get less money. So for now, I'm actually gonna go with high taxes, I think. Yeah, I think that should be okay. There's also policies that you can enact, where basically you either pay money or lose something else. But it's like a double-edged sword type of thing, where you can get bonuses depending on what you need at the moment. I don't think we really need any of this right now. We're good. Then we can see our council. So we can actually replace these people. They all have different traits. They do different stuff. And there's events associated with these people. But obviously, like, the more experience they have, the better they are, the better it is for your empire. And then there's the Emperor log, which shows sort of like quests and stuff. So that's that window. Diplomacy, where you can see other factions and characters. We haven't met anyone, so that's pretty basic stuff, but it is basic stuff to begin with anyway. Your ships, we only have 1 currently. We don't have any fleets. These are the designs that we currently have. These are all the ships that we can make, and if we wanted to, we could actually make a new ship. So we could say, right, I'll take a heavy ship, and I'll add, you know, 2 shock missiles, a magnetic beam, and reinforced plates, and an engine, because you need one of those. So you can sort of mix and match your ship, you know, in any way that you like it. I don't want to mess around with this right now because we don't have any great design that we can currently make. But as you unlock new technologies, you know, in your military stuff, you can put those on the new ships, then build the ships, and voila, there you go. You got a nice ship. Then there's the planet menu, where you can see your colonies. You can see colonizable planets. Trading, we're currently not trading. Minor races that you meet, which are not real factions, but they're still like sort of like city-states and civilization. And then items of interest that you discover. Last but not least, there's a codex where you can see lore, and you can find little gameplay tips that, you know, this is actually very helpful. If you need to look something up like ship design, how does that work, you can read all about it. Pretty good stuff. So it's very basic. It's it looks sleek, pretty nice, pretty easy to find your info. It's just good stuff right there. And that is basically the whole interface. And then finally you can, speed up the game a bit. Now let's see what our scout can discover in this new galaxy. So we found an anomaly, and you actually need a survey ship to check that out. So what we'll do is we're currently working on that dreadnought, which will take 2 weeks to complete. So we're just going to add to the queue a survey ship, so we can actually survey this anomaly. And basically how it works is you just kind of look at the anomaly, and your survey ship will say, okay, if we keep surveying this and researching it, we'll gain, a specific amount of research points or something similar. So basically then you assign that survey ship to that location, and he'll just, keep staring at it, and you'll get bonuses, which is pretty nice stuff. Kind of like the way that works. It didn't work the way I expected it to, but I'm definitely not averse to the way that it does work. So we're gonna check out that ship soon, or that anomaly, I mean, with our ship. Let's speed it up a bit. So that's just a gas cloud. There's no planets here whatsoever, so there's nothing that we can actually colonize. Alright, new system. So we got a bunch of planets, but most of these are not very good looking. This one, however, it's an oceanic planet, meaning that our species would actually thrive here. It's small, but living conditions are decent. It's got a good amount of food, and it's got vast canyons, which improve its defense, meaning that this is actually something that we can, if we want to, colonize. Which might not be a bad idea, just to get more colonies up and running. Right, it's gonna take a little while for us to get our... Okay, it's already there, look at that. So that is the 3rd or 4th system already. Living conditions are impossible, sadly, meaning that it is not inhabitable by our species. I got excited once when I saw a really nice planet, but it had impossible living conditions, so I figured maybe it would just not grow as quickly, but it means that you can't live there. It's just not possible. Nothing there for us either. So what you want to do is just use your scout, look around. Alright, we got ourselves a dreadnought. Let's look at that bad boy. Look at it. You definitely don't want to mess around with that. So we'll just leave this near our planet. It'll just defend our home system. And we'll just wait for that survey ship to be completed. That's a gas planet. Can't move there. Keep going. So there actually is an option to auto-explore, which is very helpful, but it can also be very dangerous because you can run into enemies. We've made contact with someone. Who would that be then? It's gotta be around here, right? There we go. So this is actually mercenary. And you can actually hire these at a pretty steep cost, but as you can see, they're actually really strong. Like, he would actually demolish my stuff right now. Apparently we also met an outlaw. He's wanted for mass murder, and there's a bounty on his head for 500 credits, so if we could locate that guy, bring him in, that would be a nice bit of cash that we can earn. But obviously, like, that's pretty dangerous, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. There's a merchant here. He's selling an ancient map for 300 credits. We could buy it. I don't know what it does. Let's buy it. Why not? So I think it just actually showed me... No, it did not. What did this actually do? Might be an artifact, actually. Where do I find those again? Here we go. Ancient map. So... we need to study this artifact before we know what it does or is worth. So we'll add it to our queue. So it does count as research. Interesting. Alright, I thought it would maybe show us more of the galaxy, but survey ship is now done. Alright, so we'll send that bad boy over to the anomaly, and we're just gonna check that out. We met another merchant, I assume? Yes, we did. So he's selling some stuff that we can research, but it's expensive, and I'm not sure that it actually is a good idea to just willy-nilly go buying stuff. The Econ clan has a message. Greetings, Scython. As you may have noticed, this galaxy is a very dangerous place, but we can protect your colonies for a fee. What do you think? So it's a protection fee, meaning that if we pay it, they will not attack us. I'm gonna ignore them. I've been ignoring these people since I, played earlier, and nothing really happened. I mean, currently we only have one colony. We got a ship right there, a military ship that can actually defend us. So I think we should be okay. I don't really need to worry about that. And if I pay all of these people, that would be a pretty crazy amount of cash that I'm paying them. Minor race located. We have detected signs of life on Mouse Du 1. It seems the planet is home to the Drenai, an independent but still primitive alien race. Okay. So, right, here they are. So on this planet you have an alien race, and you can actually interact with them, and you can sort of convince them to join our empire. So we would basically gain the planet. We can claim protection, which would increase our relations. They're scared of us currently. We can offer them a gift, a bit of cash, and we can also help them improve their technological advances. So basically, eventually you can actually get your hands on that planet if you work well with the alien species living there. The Kree have a message. A messenger from the Kree, whose remaining survivors live in Sith 1, just sent us a message. He says they have discovered through a source of theirs that the Terran are planning on invading Sith 1, and they fear for the future of their already dying civilization. He says we should prepare defenses, and they promise a reward if we protect them from the Terran. So we now have a new little quest. We need to build a military power of 80. So really all we gotta do is work on our military power, which is currently 25, not very high. We would need a lot more ships to improve that. And the question is that worth it? Do we want to do that immediately? There's a lot of thought that really should go into that. So, oops, what did I do? Survey is complete. Our survey unit has finished surveying an anomaly, found it to be potentially valuable to us. Exploiting it will generate +1 research production. So what we can then do is actually click our survey guy and say, hey, survey that. And he will continuously survey it, giving us more and more science, which is very nice. Small and decent. So we've only found one habitable planet, and we found ourselves another alien race. We're still scared of me as well. We don't have the influence to claim protection. So we need to take our time with that until we get more influence, which will take a while. You'll get some influence, I believe, every 2 months or something. Make contact with mercenary guy somewhere, probably back at our home planet. So that's another mercenary. We can hire this one as well. Slightly stronger than the previous one. Very expensive to hire, but it might be worth it. Right, so we need to make something though at our home planet. Now we could make that station. Thing is, I'm not entirely sure that that would actually help with our military points stuff. Let's see. As you can see, research is going up. So is housing. Slowly but surely it's going up. And we're already getting extra research production. Probably because of that anomaly. So we don't actually have to maybe put a point in there. Let's put a point or two in this. Let's leave... Yeah, let's put 1 point into military as well. So that's 10 credits a week that I'm spending. But, you know, you want your home planet to do well, obviously. I mean, that just seems like a good idea. And the more people you have, the more cash you'll make, I assume. So that seems like a good thing. So we can either make more military ships or get a colony ship and get a second colony. So I'll do just that. We found another merchant probably out here then. Or out there? Clicked 1 second too late. Alright, let's see. Might be... It's not around here. It's not around there. So he must be around here, right? I don't know where that merchant is. So we can actually look him up. Was this guy? He's a traveler. He is dictatorial. Apparently travelers you can actually hire for your own council, stuff like that. You can actually have him govern a planet, I assume. Which is pretty cool stuff. So if they have good little bonuses, that's a good idea. Thing is, I don't really like this guy, so I won't hire him. We need our cash to build a bigger army and work on our colonies and stuff like that. Okay, we just located a whole bunch of stuff. So we got 2 more space debris, and we got a cobalt deposit, which if we work it, it'll speed up all infrastructure development by 10%, which is pretty good. So a mining ship would be able to help us out with that. Let's actually get our survey ship out there, because the bonuses that we get from the space debris might even be better than the 1 extra production. So I'd say it's absolutely worth checking that out. We've located some apparently vacant buildings in the symmetric 1 planet. We should investigate, as these may hold artifact signs of life or other valuables. Right over there. So we could actually send our survey guy out there first. Right, we should probably check that out. Because if there is something really nice in there, we want to be able to, you know, figure out what it is first. Or if it is something valuable, like keep it for ourselves, obviously. We do not need these filthy humans stealing it. And we found another cobalt deposit out there, near that dead star. So you can actually generate, generate that resource. Research complete, finally. Alright, we also got 1 extra influence. We made contact with another merchant or traveler. Yeah, it's a merchant, alright. And then our research is complete. So our next research should be... Thing is, you're mostly going to be working in this scenario, like it's kind of short. I think the best thing to do would be to work on... Right. To work on anything really that will help you defeat your enemies. That's probably one of the most important things that there is. So we'll go after the power barrier, which gives you a better shield for your ships. Basically, this is going to allow us to upgrade all of our ships and give them more survivability, which is very nice. Right, we're working on this. We're working on that. It'll be a little while, but we're trying. Oh, right, our colony ship is now done. So we got to figure out, do we want to settle there? Or do we want to settle... Wait, that's actually the only planet where we can settle. Alright, well, let's go there. We're going to see if we can colonize it. Which in this game is very, very easy to do. You really just right-click a planet with a colony ship, and you'll start colonizing, and then you'll see if you fail or not. And depending on the condition of the planet, you know, is it dangerous? How's the climate? Is there any wildlife that is very dangerous? Stuff like that. That will, you know, actually determine whether or not you will be able to colonize it easily. So it's already setting up a colony. Looks good, guys. Keep colonizing that. Bounty hunters seek help. A group of foreign bounty hunters have offered our government 800 credits if we destroy the overseer located somewhere in the Dead Star system. We found that, right? Yep, should be there. So there's an overseer out there now. Unless it's a, oh, actually there's more Dead Stars than 1. That is a little bit confusing. Alright, well if we can figure out where that guy is. Oh my god. Who are you? Right, so this is the Icon clan, who are pirate clans. Basically, all the gray ones are pirate clans, and they're not like a major player. They're not trying to win the game. They're just trying to steal your stuff and sort of, you know, mess around with you in some way or another. They have a lot of destroyers, a lot of ships. Like, you really need a very, very strong fleet if you want to wipe them out. Okay, here we go. Crew we sent to investigate has found signs of life. They didn't take very kindly to our arrival, and they killed the survey crew. So there goes our survey ship. That's now super dead. They're scared of us. So they actually killed my survey guy, meaning that we would have to actually make another. Question is, do I want to? Because that stuff's very, very expensive to do, and it will actually cost me a lot of valuable time. I think we should grab a mining ship, just so we can actually work that cobalt that we found. And, right. Colonizable planet's been found in the 30 SA system. Okay, but living conditions are very good. It's small, and it's got Sarian seeds, which improves your population growth speed by 20%. And it's got vast canyons. This is pretty good. But we would be very, very close to the pirates. Could be bad, I don't know. Greetings, we have an offer that might interest you. Alright, so they're asking for protection money again. Ignoring you. Also, you are very ugly. Just wanted to point that out very quickly. How are we doing here? I just need a win right now. We just lost a survey ship. I would love if we could actually get a colony. Yeah. There we go. Epsilon 3 is now a colony. So we need to appoint a new governor. These are the 2 characters available. The ones that we did not choose earlier. So he would actually reduce approval by a lot. I'm actually going to go ahead and choose Janarni. Looks better to me. Approval nice and high. Population obviously very low. 10,000 people, I believe, arrived there. So it should be a lot lower than this, but okay. So it'll be a while for them to reach their full potential. They're currently bringing in a little bit of credits, but not too much. So if we want to make them grow more, it's going to be a very big investment if we want more than, say, 1 point. So I guess the main thing we should do is invest in either... Actually, it should probably just be food. So we're going to put 2 points into that, meaning that we're actually losing money on this colony right now, but if they start doing better, then it will have been worth it. Also, they don't have a shipyard yet. You need to make these if you want to build ships. So a colony really is a nice investment. It's not just something that you colonize and you're immediately done. That's just kind of important to note. Right, mining ship is done, so let's grab some of that cobalt that we saw earlier. Right over there. And let's grab another survey ship. We want at least one of these, really. If we want to survey whatever's out there. We're going to need at least one. We found a lot of stuff just now. Herium and Ubernite. So, or Urium. It said Herium up there, okay. It increased your max research by 5. I don't think we really need this right now. Liquid Ubernite. Speed up all ships belonging to the player by 15%. So that would actually make us really, really quick. I say get that instead of the cobalt. There we go. Ruins located on Iota 4. So that's just more stuff for us to check out. And we've just expanded our sphere of influence to 2 more galaxies, meaning that other people will not be able to, I think, colonize here. And if they do, we're going to be in trouble. This Ryumli system, we found a... There they are. Right, but this is an ice planet. That doesn't seem like a good idea to settle that. It's got pretty much nothing going for it. Alright. Let's see. So we're waiting for our survey ship. That's actually almost done. And over here, we're just waiting for them to grow. Like, they're already growing, obviously. It'll be a slow process, but the more food they have, the better it'll go. Alright, I can actually invest a little bit more now. Let's do that. So anyway, that is Dawn of Andromeda. It's like the basics that you gotta understand. We haven't even met anyone else, but we've already mapped like half the galaxy. So I think we're doing pretty good. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here for now. If you guys would like to see more of this game, please consider leaving a like or let me know in the comments. If not, I just hope you guys enjoyed the video. And just, anyway, let me know what you think of the game. Are you interested in it? What do you think of it so far? I'm actually curious to see what you guys think as well. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.